Hello and welcome back to the third and final chapter in this three-part series celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Skylanders franchise. So far, you have heard some amazing stories and memories from those of which that made this community what it is to this day. And now, you will get to hear from some of the great people that have continued to keep the memory of this fantastic franchise alive. Without further ado, here they are.
I'm Skylanders Eon, and I'm here to talk about the 10th anniversary of Spyro's Adventure. So obviously this franchise has greatly impacted me as a content creator because it's what I do. But more importantly, this franchise truly has brought out the collector in me, and I do not intend to stop collecting anytime soon.
Skylanders has been the hottest topic on my channel recently. Honestly, I just wanted to complain about the fact that Skylanders Imaginators on the Switch is super expensive, and I ended up with a bunch of people telling me that the game sucks. I've had so much fun making Skylanders content. Talking about the games has given me practice in making videos, both in script writing and trying out new editing techniques.
I actually think it's kind of a good thing that I am a Skylanders content creator because since Skylanders hasn't gotten any new game since really 2016, it's made me have to be more creative and having to find new ideas and stuff like that for a game series that in all reality hasn't had that much new happen to it for like 4 years.
Starting with how Skylanders has impacted the evolution of my content, it challenged me to be more creative. This is a franchise that came up with new level themes, new characters and new mechanics year in, year out without fail. That amount of dedication and passion inspires me to create content which is constantly fresh and creative.
Go Racing Spell Poltermaster Design Crash Roswell along with Maggie, and it's once again time to Crash Skylanders' very special cameo here in this video, and we're going to be talking about some of the things that Skylanders has done for me in the past 10 years of its anniversary. Happy anniversary, Skylanders! Wow, crazy! So the biggest thing is how my content has evolved and made my content better. It took me 12 plus years to finally get to where I feel comfortable to be on YouTube. I've been doing so many different things on YouTube, and the biggest thing is the fact that it took Skylanders to actually give me a channel to grow as it is and give me this community that I never would have dreamed of when I was younger, or the one I actually dreamed of when I was younger. It just took me playing this game, finding a passion for it, and keeping the franchise alive that, made it where I am now.
What's up, guys? It's the Skylander dude. When it comes to content creation especially, Skylanders has made a huge significance on my evolution and growth over the period. I'm sure with any channel, you can go back and see their growth looking at their first video and their latest video. For me specifically, I knew nothing when I came into creating YouTube videos. I was simply just doing it for fun. But as I progressed, I learned so much about camera angles, lighting, filters, editing, so much that can impact your content as a whole and make it just more pleasing to the eye. And I have Skylanders to thank for that. I wouldn't even make content if it wasn't for Skylanders.
Through this community, I've met so many great people, and it's gotten to the point where I've even started meeting up with some people. Like, I met up with Pirate Dad very recently, and that was a blast.
But the best thing about talking about Skylanders is the amazing community to talk about Skylanders with. I've interacted with a handful of Skylander fans and even started working with YouTube channels that make Skylander related content. Honestly, everyone has been incredibly nice, and I'm excited to continue working on some planned collaborations.
Yeah, I do think there's a lot of notable connections I made within this Skylanders community. Like, I would say good friends, or like at least I know a lot of people now, like Crush Night the Fire. Really, everyone I've collabed with. I mean, there's so many people, Crash the Skylanders, that I talk to a lot, and it's because of Skylanders, and I got to thank Skylanders for that.
Now in 60 seconds I couldn't possibly summarize all the connections I've made with people because of Skylanders, so to keep things short, Skylanders didn't just give me a shared passion from which I could bond with many content creators and even more hundreds of viewers, but it also gave me a way to further my bonds with people I've known personally through life. I'd play these games with family members or friends, and every time we'd become closer with one another thanks to how much we loved interacting with one another when playing through these games.
I think the biggest connections I've made in Skylands is definitely Jap28. He was the first person I ever did a Skylanders collaboration with. We've done so many more since then. I've helped him with his channel, he's helping with my channel. Both of us have helped each other grow. and it's wild. Another big one was me and Portal Power TV connected really easily, and we actually connected even more after JoJo TV's passing, because when he passed away, he found it through me. I made a post about it, and then he actually called me, which was weird, and asked me about it, because I only just heard about it from Striker Hero Camo at the time. And speaking of Striker Hero Camo, or any of the other people who I've met throughout my time on YouTube, it's wild all the connections we have with Skylanders, for sure.
I'm super grateful to be a part of this community, because it's a very rare chance that you will come across a person and have a negative interaction with them. I find that almost every single person in this community truly loves the game, loves the figures, and they're just positive about it all over the place. I think I'm fortunate enough to have met some of my closest friends today simply because we both like Skylanders. And it's crazy to think that if it wasn't for Skylanders, I would have never met these amazing people. Outside of the games, they're amazing people, whether you're seeing them on camera or off camera, which is crazy to me that without this game, I would have never met or had these interactions with these amazing, positive people.
But most importantly, being in this community has taught me that no matter what's going on, there's always going to be someone there for you, because this community is so tightly knit that it's just so nice knowing people are there for you to talk to, and they're always going to be supportive. So, happy 10th anniversary, Skylanders, and thanks for doing what you did.
If I learned anything from the amazing Skylanders community, is that a franchise is never really dead as long as you got people still supporting it. Activision and Toys for Bob may have dropped the Skylanders series for now, but fortunately we're still having fun with the games we grew to love. I also learned what someone can buy with 35 quarters. Yeah, I didn't say it was a good lesson.
Life lessons that the Skylanders community is teaching me, that's a hard one, but I do think there are some. I think that, like, you know, you really gotta cherish what you have while you have it. I think that's like something I learned, at least when Skylanders was a game series and it finally ended. It was like, I really have to cherish what I have, because, you know, it could always end anytime. So that's, I think, a life lesson that Skylanders really taught me.
Finally, the main life lessons I've learned through the Skylanders community is patience and commitment. It took me 4 years to get to 1,000 subscribers, but along the entire journey, I had support and friendly faces there to always help me out. This community is incredibly inclusive and welcoming, so it's ultimately the selflessness and dedication of all of these incredible content creators and viewers alike, which I've had the honor of meeting over the years, which truly inspires me and reminds me of the powerful connections we make when we share our passion and commitment towards something.
The biggest life lesson I took from Skylanders is that don't take it too seriously. When I first seen Skylanders, I thought it looked ridiculous. I thought Spyro looked stupid. He was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. But now Skylanders is one of the most fun games that I feel like I know a good amount about, but I don't take too seriously. And I feel like you should never take a game so seriously, especially a game like Skylanders. It's one of those games where you're just going to have fun, and it's meant to have fun and have a story. So the biggest thing is to take the game any way you like it, but don't take it too seriously, because it is just a fun game in the long run, and you don't need to be stressed about it. That's what I say. But as always, I bid you farewell.
Being in this community has taught me definitely to just be kind to others, do good things, and good things will come back to you. It's a full circle, it really is. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. And I think it helps being around other very positive, very kind people that just all together we just make, I would say, one of the strongest communities on the internet.
As you could have told from those amazing people, this community has evolved and changed over this past decade and has continued to inspire those old and new. And it goes to show that it doesn't matter if you have been a fan since its very beginnings or you're just getting into the franchise now. There is always someone here just like you. You just have to find them. Thank you to everyone who has or will watch this series, to those that helped by taking the time to be a part of this momentous occasion, as well as the companies that brought our childhoods to life. Thank you, Activision, Toys for Bob, and Vicarious Visions, as well as everyone included and in between. If it hadn't been for you guys, none of us would be where we are today. We wouldn't have been able to create the content that we have, nor would we have been able to create such lasting friendships and memories along the way. So once again, thank you, and I will see you later.